Chapter 111. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the custom card review of the pain archetype. So, the pain archetype is basically a monsters that are from a certain game called the Suffering game, where our main protagonist of the game that we control is basically has amnesia, and basically he woke up with prisoner stuff, and he killed his own family thing. But in this custom card universe, that's not a case, because this is an alternate version of it. So instead of him killing his family, basically, he stayed himself away from it. He didn't commit any crimes. It's just he is going through a lot of pain in his life. It's basically like a patient is in so much pain that everybody. So this is an alternate version. So, but it's based on the Suffer. So it's kind of based on that. So this is called the Pain Marksman. He's a dark level. He's a level 7 monster. Beast Warrior. I should change it to a zombie type because, Effect monster. With 2,500 attack and 100 defense. His effect. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by tributing the pain monster on the field. Except this card. Once per turn during either player's turn, target one card on the field, destroy that targeted monster. Or destroy that targeted card. To the graveyard. This card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. And if this card is sent to the grave or banished, you can shuffle one card from your graveyard into your deck. And special summon this card to your field in attack mode. But its original attack and defense gets doubled. So basically it goes from 2,500 to 5,000. Because I did math in my own head. So then and you take no damage evolving this card. You can only use this effects for once per turn. So that's what Marksman. Basically, its effect is once per turn, basically during either player's turns. You can target one card on the field and destroy it. So basically it's homage to the Marksman in the Suffer game, where he basically comes out of nowhere and he basically, if he hears sound bang bang, you're dead. Yeah. So then we got I'll just say the last part instead of saying the pain part. So this is the Slayer. So Slayer is basically, this is the censored version. So the uncensored one is basically he has devices coming out of his head, or screws the head back on, because he has no neck, so this is a censored part. So he's a dark level 4 zombie effect monster, because all the monsters in the Suffer game looks like zombies, because they're like ghost type ones. If your opponent activates a card effect or declares an attack, you can special summon this card to your field in attack mode. But if it's summoned this way, you can select one monster on the field, destroy that selected monster to the graveyard, no matter if it cannot be targeted by card effects. So what it means, that first part, it was, there's this one scene where you're talking to security guard on one side of the cell, and there was a monster that stabbed right through the brain part. Yeah. So hold on. Dang it, I lost my spot. Okay, so then you take no damage evolving this card, and you can only use this effect for once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard or banished, quick effect, you can shuffle this card into the deck. Add one the pain spell / trap card, or one the backdoors spell or trap card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So basically it reshuffles it back into the deck, and you regrab, like, say, a spell card or trap card. So yeah, we'll get into that later. So yeah, so now we got the Ruster. Yeah, he's a dark level 4 zombie effect monster. This card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects, and this card can attack all monsters on the field. If this card inflicts damage, you can select one card from your deck to your hand. This card gains 1000 attack and defense. If this card is sent to the grave or banished, quick effect, you can shuffle this card into the deck, special summon 3 the pain in rats and tokens, level 4, 1000 attack, defense is 200, attribute dark, type beast, to your field in attack mode. You take no damage evolving this card. So basically, like in the game, once you take down one of those creatures, then there's like 3 mice comes out. And then they start attacking. Yeah. Melee. Yeah, I don't know how to say it properly. So he's a dark level 3 zombie effect, or no, zombie flip effect monster. Once he's flipped, you can select one monster on the field, equip this card to that selected monster, till the end of this turn. At the end of this turn, the selected monster must be sent to the graveyard, and this card is sent on your field instead of going to the graveyard or banish zone. So this card is unaffected by card effects, and you can only use this effect for once per turn. it's like it's based on the monster with this, or same character with the same name, where they are in a mud puddle, or no, puddle of blood, and if something like comes out, or they naturally comes out, and like they attack, like trying to put, yeah. So I know it has a weak stat line, but yeah. So then now we got the two more. So we got the Pain, the Chief. It's dark, level 4. Warrior effect monster. I know it's dark for, but there's a person right here that looks at the camera where he, yeah. So, because in the game, this character, or they reuse model, so I use this model because the character dies from something. So he's a warrior effect monster. During your next standby phase, after this card was sent from the field to the graveyard by the effects of a monster, or by tributed, special summon this card from your graveyard or battlefield. If this card inflicts damage, you can select 3 cards from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Inflict 1,000 points of damage to your opponent's life points. You take no damage evolving this card. You can only use its effects for once per turn. So basically, what it means is basically monsters, because usually he dies in, like, because he dies by, like, I don't know, the digger, I think. Yeah. I'm saying digger. I'm using, it's called a digger, basically that digs up stuff. So, yeah, just to clarify. So now it's the Pain, the Creepy Halls. It's a continuous spell card. All the Pain monsters gain 1,000 attack and defense for each player's draw phase. Once per turn during your opponent's main phase 1, you can select 1 monster on the field, shuffle it into the owner's deck, and then place another monster with a different name from the owner's deck or hand to their field. If it does, then the summoned. So basically, this card, the new summon monster gains the monsters that was selected and gains the attack and defense. So example would be like, I don't know, if I used him shuffled into the deck and I used him, and he gains the 25,000 attack with his 100 attack, makes it 26,000 attack, and his defense would be like basically 13. So yeah, because it has a different name, then yeah. So then, yeah, you can only use this effects for once per turn. And yes, I know this card's broken But yeah, the sorry, hold on. Okay, so it's like the labyrinth wall, basically, from the anime. But instead of going into the labyrinth, you basically select a monster and it basically gets shuffled into the game. Basically, it goes back into the deck, basically. It's like I'm going down the hallway back to my room, basically. But it's creepy, yes. So yeah, this. How long has this video been? Let's see. 16 minutes. Ooh, okay. So let me explain how some of these cards will work in modern day, or modern cards. This one will be like basically a front runner. What it means is basically it can target down cards that need to be destroyed. Bang, bang, you're dead. And then this one is like a hand trap, basically. And you can summon it and you could make your ridiculous plays. And then you could use like different monsters for, you know. And this one is actually its first effect of during your next standby phase. After this card is was sent from the field to the graveyard by effects of a monster or by a tributing. Special summon this card from your graveyard or bannerstone. That is actually the Doll of Demise, I believe, or I believe it's called that. Let's check the. Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh. Demise. Yeah. This guy. Right here. I copied its effect, but I kind of changed it. Because in modern day, some people are just like, you don't need a spell card. You don't need a trap card. You don't need, basically. But this one, because the effect is too slow, so I reworked it into a new one. Because normally monsters, like basically the Acts of Despair one, or not Acts of Despair, the Malice Doll of Demise one, is basically is built into this card's effect. Because it's referencing like monsters that are like basically always tributes without you even like, oh, I can't summon or I can't use the spell card or I can't use anything. Come on, this is yeah. But if you had this one and this one out, and if you really think about it, because if you use this card with Obelisk the Tormentor's effect, basically, if you had two of these out and make sure. Or if you had one of these out and the other one would be like the Doll of Demise one, you basically have a... If I didn't add the you can only use its effects for once per turns on it, then the... Plus, because this one can tribute that monster because it's tribute summoned, and so you could summon out 2 monsters, this one, and you can blow up stuff, bang bang. Yeah. So, yeah, but mostly just use it for, like, if you use it on Egyptian gun cards, you can just easily, basically, like, use him with, like, Sangan or Witch of a Black Forest with all 3 of them towards the graveyard urn. Then you can basically activate all 3 of their effects all at once. And yeah. So then, yeah, you can summon this card and also get 2 fresh cards into your hand. And then we got the Creepy Hall one. This one gives your monsters attack points, but its number 2 effect would be basically it's during only your opponent's main phase. And once you use that card, man, you can basically be like, nope, your Powerpuff person is now gone. And then we got the, so that's the whole pain archetype. Then we got I'm just going to pick 2 random cards. So I pick is this one. Because this card is basically you can select 1 card from, or 1 card type like monster, spell, or trap card from, and your opponent must set it face down on their field until the end of their turn. And if it does, then most players draw 2 cards from the top of their deck to their hand, and until at the end phase, the set card is now banished to the banish zone, face up. You can only use this effect for once per turn. So I like this card because you basically choose a monster, select 1 monster, spell, or trap card, and you can select 1 monster if you select... Sorry. Oh, yeah. So then So that now because once you activate that, it's all through the roof. And now the number 2 card is actually, I'm going to pick the Toxic Pineapple. Yum. He's an Earth level 4 plant effect monster where this card's attack and defense become the number of both players' graveyards cards times 500. If this card is destroys a monster, like destroys your opponent's monster, and it is sent to the grave. You can pay 100 life points to special summon that destroyed monster from the graveyard to your field in attack mode. And it is treated as a fruit beast monster on the field. If this card is sent to the grave, you can... hold on. You can shovel this card into the deck. Place 2 toxic counters on all monsters on the field except fruit beast monsters. If it does, then all monsters that have a toxic counters loses 3,000 attack and defense. You can only use this. You take no damage involving this card. You can only use the effects of Fruit Beast Toxic Pineapple for once per turn. So basically, this card is basically, it gains the graveyard monsters. Like, basically, if both players' monsters, or if both players had, like, 10 cards in their graveyard, this card gains, like, for each. So that makes it 20 times 500. I don't remember. I'm not going to look it up. So, yeah. And I was thinking, after I made this, after I made, or when I was doing this review thing, or thing, specifically, because this is going to be the, how many cards did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And did 8 cards. But if you guys want me to do a retrain of the Doll of Demise, retrain, call him like Nightmare Her Doll of Demise. And if you guys want me to do the retrain of it, just let me know. Oh. Okay? Because I'm thinking about adding this one or the other one that was, like, it would still have like 2 effects of, if this card is sent to grave by, like, basically by battle or by card effects. And, yeah. If you guys want me to do, like, because I would rather make a card that's, like, because all these cards earn, because I know there's a 3-card combo, like this one tributes this one's effect comes back and use this one to draw cards, earns, but I'm not into that. I want the fusion, like, fuse all 3 into it, so that if this card is, like, yeah. So, but because if you guys want me to do a retrain on it, let me know in the comments below, and I'll make it into like a pain archetype. Or basically, it would be called the Pain Doll of Demise. And because there's actually the Inferno twins, or whatever they're called, that's in the Suffer movie, actually had like their own dolls in it. Yeah, so this would fit in the archetype real well. So peace out, y'all. And if you guys want me to do that, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this 8 cards, herds, like basically, if you guys do want to see more of like, should I add trap cards or give them a fusion monster, synchro monster, or whatever, let me know in the comments below. Because at this rate that I'm thinking about is that for today, possibly me dueling Florentine Yu-Gi-Oh! To see if I could win and with my, I'm not going to tell you, but I will, because it's the Powered Monsters deck. Basically to see how strong Seal of Alicalcos challenge versus my Power Monsters archetype be. So peace out, y'all. Peace.